The Republic of Fiji had a chaotic beginning. It had many conflicts with European countries and much internal strife. This is a short presentation of that history. The leader Ratu Seru Kokobau gained power in 1837 when he persuaded the Lazuku people to overthrow the Roko Teubao, led by Ratu Raulo Baku Yaliyelo. Seru was given the name Kikinovu, centipede, because he moved silently and struck painfully. Later, Seru was called Kokobao, destroyer of Bao, because he had destroyed what was Bao. In 1852, he succeeded his father as king of Fiji and became ruler. Believe it or not, he was practicing cannibalism up until he converted to Christianity in 1854. Not all of Fiji at the time accepted his authority, and thus there was war among the two main kingdoms of Bao and the Confederacy of Lao. The first 3 quarters of the 19th century were marked by this tribal warfare. This was then followed by the increasing encroachment of foreign powers. This period in Fiji's history also saw the rise of Kokobao. This future king established the first nation-state, which converted most of modern Fiji in 1871, before it ceded to the United Kingdom in 1874. Foreign ships arrived in Fiji around the 18th century, bringing adventurers attracted by the prospects of new land. The British were especially interested in the island chain. The British had a huge impact on Fijian history, first settling around the mid-18th century, bringing their religion with them. As more adventurers continued to come to Fiji, most Fijian leaders expected to gain more power and wealth with the help of the British. Hoping for good relations with the foreigners. Later, the newly settled Europeans began establishing cotton plantations, but this came into conflict with the Fijians over land, political power, and the use of imported slave labor. However, their hopes were vanquished after seeing the British goals of taking over the land, eventually causing problems to the native people, islands, and leaders. On October 10, 1874, the British had successfully and officially colonized most parts of Fiji, creating a crown colony government. Fast forward almost a century. On October 10, 1970, Fiji declared independence from England as the Dominion of Fiji. After some vacillation, Kokobao agreed to renounce his Tui Viti title. The formal session took place on October 10, 1974, when Kokobao, Ma'afu, and some of the senior chiefs of Fiji signed 2 copies of the Deed of Cession. Throughout the 1960s, the country progressed towards independence, but this was followed by arguments over which type of government was best suited for Fiji. The main goal was to have a democracy which protected the individual rights of Fijians. In the 1970s, a constitution was signed, which resulted in suffrage for the Fijian citizens, along with the rights towards land ownership. Fiji is now a literal tropical paradise, with a deep-seated culture and functional democratic government.